Hello, everybody, and welcome to our next Channeling the New Earth Teachings with Ascended Master Lakeshma group channeling session. So those of you who are familiar with my work, you would know about Lakeshma. She's an Ascended Master from Atlantis, and she comes through with New Earth Teachings because she was there at the time of the First Great Awakening in Atlantis. And there's a lot of teachings and a lot of things that's parallel with what is happening now in our reality. So we are birthing a new earth right now. So yes, lots of teachings that will help us with that. All right. So, and if you're watching this for the first time, coming across myself, my name is Kimberley and I channel the beings of the light. All right. And we are joined today by some of my lovely Patreon members. Hi, guys.
Hello.
All right, so without further ado, I'm going to go into trance and I'll bring forth Lakeshma for you. Well, hello, dear ones. It is Lakeshma coming through. It is I wanted to come through again in this way. Wow, so many great shifts that are occurring in your reality experience. These shifts that we've been talking about for some time. These shifts that is allowing your collective conscious to remember more of who they are in the oneness state. You have termed this the new earth, and it is now being birthed in your reality. Your realities are shifting. Yes, it may seem the same to you, but it is different, dear ones. Of course, everyone's perception of their reality differs because you are all unique frequencies of the one. Because you are all vibrating and experiencing your reality in accordance to your own unique dimensional experience. However, there is a collective experience, and this collective experience is shifted because, dear ones, you have done all this processing work. You have been able to allow your vibration, to allow yourself to see your reality through we would say, a predominance of love, through acceptance. And because of this, you as a collective are exploring dimensions that are more aligned to your oneness state. So do you feel the difference in your reality? What do you notice that is different? It may not be a complete paradigm shift, as in your reality may still appear to be quite the same. However, are you noticing subtle differences? It doesn't have to be grand differences here. Are you seeing the colors in your environment to be a little bit more brighter? Are you starting to notice people's reactions be a little bit different? Are you starting to notice a difference in the air, so to speak? There are many subtle changes. And then with time, you'll start to notice more significant changes in your reality. But dear ones, this is the way it's supposed to be. If your reality completely changes when you wake up in the morning, this may shock some of you. Yes, even though some of you are very comfortable with changing realities. For many of you, this might shock you into a point of dissonance, and then you'll start to reject your reality. So this is how you expand in your reality. This is how you shift into new earth paradigms. This is how you shift into high dimensions. It is through subtle changes to allow your body and your being to climatize to new environments, to new dimensions. So even with your eyes, you may perceive things to be the same. Your body can pick up on the difference. As you are vibrating into higher dimensions of consciousness, you may feel a slight disorientation, right? Because you are starting to feel your way through a new reality. You may feel that you've done so much work and all of a sudden you feel like you're at the bottom again. It may seem like you may be temporarily misaligned, that you are swimming in new waters, that things appear different, but you can't quite put your finger on it. This is you just getting used to your new energetic environment. You're recalibrating to it. And as you do this, you may feel that you need to rest and to spend some time feeling your way through your new reality. So take some time in this. Take all the time that is required. There is no rush here. Spend time connecting with Mother Gaia. Spend time connecting with yourself. Start to notice the subtle changes within yourself, within others, and within your reality. Can you pick up on any differences? Are you starting to notice your abilities have intensified? Are you starting to notice new abilities come online for you? Are you starting to have a clearer channel to the non-physical? Are you able to navigate more of your inner world more easily? Are you starting to notice you're manifesting in a quicker manner? Are you starting to notice that others around you have shifted? What are you noticing? Because it is happening, dear ones. Of course, some of you are required to have significant changes in your reality. But if this happens, then it is for you. And this is why there's been so many shifts over the last couple of years in your human perception of time, to allow you to gradually expand to higher dimensions, to attract those higher dimensions to you in your conscious awareness, because all dimensions are happening in the now, and all the dimensions of the multiverse and all that is within you. So, depending on what you're ready to explore vibrationally and collectively, you will start to experience that in your conscious awareness. Of course, you can travel to many multi-dimensions at once, many different parallel realities at once. And this is the pathway for the human collective. As you move further into your oneness remembered state, you will start to be able to tap more into the limitless nature of your being. You'll be able to see beyond a linear reality. You'll be able to then see and observe and receive messages in a conscious way from your multidimensional realities, parallel realities. Some of you already see glimpses of this when you awaken from a dream. Because, dear ones, when you go into your sleep state, you explore the multiverse, you explore the non-physical. And many of you remember these journeys. Many of you may travel in these multiverse dimensions in your conscious awareness when you go into your meditative states. It is possible if you make your intention, if you can open your mind to the possibilities of your multidimensional nature. You are oneness, but you are oneness throughout polarity dimensions in your physical nature. You are one consciousness exploring many varied physical realities, giving the illusion of separation, the illusion of duality. And this gives you a vast array of experiences here as a God creators that you are. You wanted this. You wanted to play this game. You wanted to experience life in many different dimensional expressions, in many of your varied levels of awareness. But who you truly are highly enlightened beings. You've only forgotten this in your conscious awareness. But for many of you, you are remembering this. You are seeing this in your reality. You are seeing how powerful you are and how you can change your realities, create realities through your vibration, through frequency, not through control. Control is a paradigm that can be quite limiting to your oneness expression. It is still valid and it still exists in a third dimensional paradigm, but you exist beyond that. And as you allow yourself to be non-resistant to the truth of who you are, you allow yourself to let go of that control. And you allow yourself to navigate through your reality, through divine trust, through trusting the divine will of who you are, the will of the universe, the will of your higher selves, the will of you in higher expressions, in your perception. Because all higher expressions is you. There is no hierarchy. What you call as my presence and all the non-physical beings are also you, just expressed in different dimensional experiences, different unique vibrations, honoring certain collective roles and honoring certain soul journeys, intentions of the one, the divine will of the one. So understand we are all one, we are all with you. We are you, just different versions of you. And all of your human brothers and sisters are, again, just different versions of you. And this is a pathway for you as a race to remember what true harmony is, what true peace is, what true connection is. It is a separation that causes this harmony within yourself, which is also reflected on your physical world. It is duality and non-duality playing a role here. And this is what causes the suffering on your world, the perception of separateness. So if you want to relieve the suffering in your own life, or perhaps you feel like you need to alleviate suffering for others and throughout the world, well, that pathway is to unite the separated aspects of you to a oneness, unity, consciousness. Understand that in higher truth, all is perfect. And whenever you experience discomfort, dis-ease, fear, it is only you experiencing yourself from a perception of separateness. It is a calling home to remember your divine state. There is a part of you that you have not loved. There's a part of you that has laid unseen. It's time for you to rediscover you, to explore all of the versions of you within you, to get to know you, to remember your oneness state. And once you can do that within you, you can extend that outwardly to see the oneness in others. Get reacquainted with you. Get to love you. Forgive you. For everything that has happened in your reality has happened for you, for your soul journey here. Let go of the resistance. Let go of the resentment. Let go of the shame. Let go of the judgment. Many of you judge your own selves, judge your journeys, judge your pathway, for you see it as imperfect. You see it as wrong. You like to control your journeys because you like to compare your journeys with others, thinking that you have done something wrong because your journey is not where you wanted it to be. But understand there is a divine will in all things, a divine will which you played a part in, that you have chosen. You only can perceive to a certain vibrationary point. in your current vibration. So if you want to explore more of who you are required to let go of the resistance to you, to the universe, because the universe is you. If you want to manifest, then do so from a point of letting go of control of it. Focus on the feeling state, the energy state, because you create through your emotions, through your feelings. Many of you are conditioned that you are to control your reality, manifest through your thoughts, controlling your reality through thoughts. But you are much far beyond the third dimensional perspective and mechanisms here. Yes, your thoughts are the precursor to your emotions, but it's the emotions. If you can create through your emotionals, for your emotional senses, you then create a reality that is detached from control. Then you allow the divine will to move through you, your higher self wisdom to move through you, to communicate with you with which step to take. And so that's according to the emotion you wish to feel here, to the joy that you feel. If you want to experience your oneness self in your reality, if you want to remember your oneness reality, then start to see the oneness in your reality, the oneness within you. How are you to remember your oneness state when you are still attached to duality, when you still try to control through duality? Yes, you're in a transition, and yes, there are still attachments there, but it's about consciously making the choice to choose something else, to choose freedom. Because freedom is your innate state. In freedom, there is no suffering. Even if you are locked in a cage, you can still experience freedom in that moment, because freedom is a state of mind. Freedom is who you are. Freedom is a choice to change your perceptions. Because you are God. Of course you are free. You're a sovereign, you're a source, you're oneness. Nothing has control over you. But you wish to attach to certain paradigms of control, because there's parts of you where refuse to let go of. There are parts of you that are in fear. There are parts of you that you wish to control because there's something within you that you refuse to look at. And this is okay. It's one step at a time. Because as you go through this journey, there's parts of you that are in such pain and you refuse to look at it. So you wish to control it. And because of this paradigm of self in which you wish to attach control, you then express that outwardly, and then you see control in your reality. And you use control as a coping mechanism. So understand that control can be beneficial for you in your healing journey. But understand here that it comes at a time in your ascension journey where if you want to know more of who you are in oneness, then you are to let go of that control. You are to be vulnerable to that emotional state. And no matter how painful it is, you are to go within and explore those parts of you that you have repressed. It takes courage, but you have it within you, because you have all the technologies of the universe within you. You are enough. You are worthy. You are capable to go within, to face that inner darkness, the inner shadows, the parts of you that you have not loved, and that is reflected in your outside world for those that you have placed judgment on. Understand that for you to truly understand your oneness reality and your divine oneness self is to let go of that judgment. And we know it's a process here, because for many of you, it is very real for you that people can hurt you, that people can have control over you. But understand, everyone is playing a role here for your soul expansion out of a higher love, It's a love that perhaps you may not be able to comprehend in a human perception, depending on your state of frequency, state of vibration. But as you align more to your oneness self, you start to see the truth of the roles here that are being played out in your reality. You start to see the higher perspectives of all events that may have caused you pain, that may have caused suffering. You start to see beyond the human conditions and start to see how everything happened for a reason. You may not be able to see all the reasons in your current reality, but you are now starting to see that there are higher reasons, and you trust the will of the universe. But understand, this will of the universe is you. There may be some perceptions that if you allow yourself to let go of control, that you become a universal doormat. This is a perception of a third dimensional reality based on the victim mentality paradigm. Understand that you can never be a doormat. Understand that nothing can have control over you. If you raise your frequency, if you stand in your sovereign light, it is only your own fears and your own perceptions that can mirror control over others. So, dear ones, understand here that you have the power to experience freedom. You have the power to be conscious on your journey of oneness remembrance, through experiencing the oneness in all things, by experiencing and playing with your multidimensional natures and your multidimensional realities. So be open to the stimulus in your environment. Live in the present moment to be able to see the messages coming to you, the stimulus in your environment, whether it is through others, whether it is through non-physical messages, whether it is through some form of ability that is being rebirthed through you in this reality. Listen and trust your own inner wisdom. Many of the time, the guidance comes through you, but you judge your abilities, you judge your worthiness, so you shut it down. You say to yourself, who am I to have this wisdom? Who am I to have these abilities? And you judge your journey based on your level of perception of self-worth. But understand here that you are God. How can you not be worthy? So it's about time, dear ones, that you raise your perception of self. It's time now to let go of the pain, let go of the suffering. Yes, it has served you to a certain point to allow you to explore certain dynamics in this reality. And it's made you feel that you have a place in this reality because of your suffering. Perhaps you've identified with your suffering and this has shaped who you think you are. But you have the ability to take that brave choice. You have the ability to choose something else. To choose love, to choose freedom, to choose joy. To know that if you choose these things, your reality will shift. But know that you are never alone in this journey. Know that you're always safe because you are one, you are source. We are all within you, God helping to assist you in your journey here. But you in the multiverse is also assisting you. Whenever you receive a thought, these are higher versions of you guiding you along the way, messages for you. If you are able to let go of the control and navigate to your new reality from the heart, your heart is a beacon of light. Your heart is your compass. Your heart is showing you the way here. You've been conditioned to control, navigate your reality from your ego mind. If you're not in the presence, you have, we would say, programs, duality-based programs that come through the ego mind. But understand here that the ego is honoring your belief systems. The ego is honoring your vibration. The ego can be your friend. The ego is not your enemy here. The ego is part of the human experience. It's allowing you to explore this world of polarity. It is a teacher to you. So it's alerting you to your inner shadows, aspects of you, dimensions of you, which are in need of your love, that are in need of your acceptance. Your ego is your friend in this journey. It's about seeing that everything in your reality is a divine message. Everything in your reality is a spiritual game here. There's nothing in your reality that is not spiritual. You'd like to we would say, make compartments here to what is spiritual and what is not spiritual. But understand that everything in reality is divine. You are divine. And now you're starting to remember this for yourself. It is with such love that we come through today, dear ones. Is there any other questions, dear ones?
Hi, Lakishma.
Hello, dear one.
I do have a question. So I've been getting messages, and this was brought up, but something in June of these new energies is a divine union. And I was just so curious, Lakishma, is there anything you can say about this divine union that Earth might be experiencing?
One, the divine union which you speak of is an integration of duality. Divine union can be expressed in many different ways, in many different paradigms of your reality. So understand everyone's reality is different. And these shifts have already occurred. It is a union, an integration of the separated selves to a certain point, because so many of you in the collective have done so. Even though there are still dimensions to unite, because the collective has got to a certain point in integrating the inner shadows, in seeing the oneness in their reality, that the collective is birthing a collective new reality. The union also mirrors the rebalancing of the divine feminine and divine masculine energies within each and every one of you. Divine feminine and divine masculine consciousness here, we are not referring to the genders here, we are referring to our consciousness state. This is why so many of you are feeling the shifts within you. Those of you who have been somewhat timid, some of you that may have been shy to use your voice, and now rebalancing the divine masculine energies in you, when you are now able to step boldly and express your voice, express your actions unapologetically. You're stepping more into your power, but you're also navigating your reality through the intuitive sense. The rebalancing of the divine feminine and masculine energies allows those that can fully integrate these energies at this time to use their sovereign power in the most effective way. For it creates an alchemy reaction within you when you create a balance of those energies within you. It allows you to embody your divine self in this reality. It allows you to recalibrate to the new earth, to the new vibration of earth. Because there is no separation. As the earth expands, you expand. As you expand, earth expands. As the universe expands, all that is expands. There is no separation here. But it is you that's making the difference here. By you raising your collective frequencies, you are allowing all that is to expand because you are all connected. But yes, just like certain cycles that occur throughout the universe, through certain expansion protocols, through the divine will, as Gaia expands, she assists in your expansion. For she is sovereign, she is divine, she is a highly enlightened being. You were born through her. And she absorbs also ascension codes through the universe, just like you do. For there is no separation. So the divine union, when you can rebalance those energies, you'll start to feel a balance. You may feel then a yearning to have a rebalance in your outer realities as you rebalance the inner worlds. So with this, you may have a desire to have a balance in your relationships, a balance in your work life, a balance in your hobbies, in any form of explorations in your reality. Part of this is biological when it comes to relationships, for instance, but this union of divine feminine, divine masculine energies will call on you to rebalance your outer realities. And this is what will occur. So you may feel those urges to find that balance again in your reality. Because the consciousness mirrors your outer realities. It mirrors what you want to explore here. If you are more aligned to divine masculine energies or the divine feminine masculine energies, then you probably will feel a desire to explore those, we would say, certain paradigms in your reality according to that frequency. You may feel like there is something missing in your reality. And then as you rebalance those frequencies, you then start to manifest the rebalancing in your outer worlds. So you will have the support in your outer reality, whether that's through a partner, whether that's through some other external conditions in your reality that allows you to have that balance. Because you've been conditioned to focus on maybe one thing at a time and one aspect of your life at a time. And let's just say from a higher perspective, and also from a human perspective, there can be a form of imbalance here. Those of you along this awakening path, some of you like to focus predominantly on your spiritual awakening path. Some of you like to focus more on the non-physical and your spiritual work and like to put your physical, what you call as your normal life reality on the side. But if you want to embody your sovereign self in this reality, then you are to fully integrate your physical reality. It's about bringing the divinity of who you are, the oneness of who you are through into your physical reality, to allow yourself to embrace and explore your physical reality through the divine balance of all that is. And through divine balance of your physical reality and through the physical expression of your divinity. You wanted to explore your physical reality in its full nature. To experience physical reality in its full nature is to not put preference over one thing over another thing. And it is about following your passions. But now, because of divine feminine masculine has now become rebalanced within you, of course, for some of you, there is still some we would say, attachments. There was still some work to be done here, letting go of the resistance to feeling who you truly are. Resistance in opening your heart center, to navigating from your heart center. But for the most part, many of you have got to that vibration where there's we would say a unison happening here. It's a vibrational, we would say, correlation, and it's in the vibrational range of balance. Some are more balanced than others, let's just say, depending on what you chose to explore here. But because you're in that vibrational vicinity of the rebalancing within you, the oneness within you, the rebalancing of the consciousness within you, because these aspects is part of the human paradigm, it's part of the energies on Gaia to assist you to explore physical reality in your current form. So listen to how your body reacts with this. Listen to the desires from this. Listen to the inner messages and the inner guidance within you. Some of it may be new to you. Some of you may birth new desires that perhaps you didn't have previously. It's because you have rebalancing these energies within you. And now for this part of your journey, you are now seeking to rebalance your outer realities as a reflection of the inner balances. Can you see here? There is no separation. It's about seeing your physical reality in perfect union. If you want to fully embrace the inner balance within you, to remember your oneness state, then you are to embrace your oneness state and equilibrium in your physical reality, because there is no separation here, D1.
Thank you, Lakishma.
My honor, D1. Is there any other questions today, D1s?
Sure. I'm a little unsure of what the messages are saying, but I have been feeling like I have to come to a place of being more relaxed, and the typical love, get more in a loving, loving acceptance of everything. But there's also this kind of like feeling that I just have to really like relax, like the whole body and everything just let go. Is that part of the physical transformation?
Because you're exploring now new realities. Your body needs time to acclimatize to your new environment. It may seem new to you, but as you surrender more to who you are, as you raise your vibration, as you step more forward in your divine power, you then start to attract and vibrate in higher dimensions. So listen to your body. It is about surrendering into your reality. You can be resistant to your physical reality, thinking it's not part of the spiritual journey here, but your spiritual journey is actually in your physical reality. For many of you, you perceive that your physical reality is one thing, that it can be unwanted, and that you are to get to a place of enlightenment in a non-physical sense. But to reach enlightenment is to embrace the spiritual nature of your physical reality, not to reject your physical reality, not to separate your physical reality. It is to see the divine nature of your physical reality, about seeing everything in your reality as a message. And part of that message system is to see that your physical body is also a spiritual being. It is intelligent. Your physical body communicates with you. So listen to the messages, dear one. Everything is guiding you along your path here. It's telling you to surrender, telling you to be in your physical reality. There are many, we would say, conditions that you have adopted, that many have adopted, about how to live your life. And they are falling away. It's about being in physical reality. You don't have to do anything. Can you just be in physical reality? Can you just be in the present moment? Listen to what the body requires at this time. Your body is guiding you every step of the way, for your body is divine. Your body is intelligent. Your body gives you messages. Surrender. This is part of the divine feminine principle. One of the aspects of that consciousness. To surrender. To be still. To be in the present. To feel in the present. To feel from the heart. To open your heart. To navigate through the heart energies. To be vulnerable to the present moment. So feel whatever is coming up for you in the present, dear one. As you release more of programs that no longer serve you, as you allow more of these, we would say, separated aspects of you that comes to the surface in your awareness. If you're feeling a bit discomfort, it is a sign here that there's something in it for you. Take a moment to be in the present and ask, what are you trying to tell me? What am I being shown here? What is the message here? Is there anything I should do in this moment for my highest good? Communicate with your body. Communicate with your emotions. For all is energy, and all energy is intelligent. Everything in your physical reality is playing a role for you. And it takes courage to surrender. Because to surrender means that you are opening yourself up to vulnerability. But this is where your true power lies. In vulnerability, you allow your being to speak through you. You allow you in your multidimensional realities to speak through you in your vulnerability. If you build walls up around you, you block off that channel from that clear communication. So open your heart, open yourself, allow people to see the real you. You may be fearful of how others will interact with you if people see the real you. You may feel that people will withdraw their love from you. But now is the time that courage is required to step boldly in your authentic self. To speak your truth. To be and act. To express from the heart. Whatever you're guided to do, whatever you're guided to speak. However you are to express yourself. and letting go of how others will perceive it, letting go of how others will judge you or your actions, and just able to be, knowing that all others reflect your vibration, knowing that all others' reactions will mirror your vibration. So if you act courageously from the heart, speak from the heart, be from the heart, then all others will reflect you accordingly. So even if they may not accept the message, maybe then they won't be consciously able to, we would say, interact in a way that you would like, understand that you are planting consciousness seeds. You are activating the awareness within them, giving them permission to be their authentic selves. This is the way of the new earth, is to embody your authentic self. And to embody your authentic self is to also embody your sovereign divine self, to be non-apologetic about your divinity. Let go of those conditionings of what it is to love yourself. There are many limiting beliefs around the ego mind that somehow it is undesirable to love yourself, that you may be portrayed as loving yourself and that people might think you are above others. But I understand that all is equal here. And to truly love yourself is to truly love yourself from the heart center. It is different from a ego perception of hierarchy. It is about knowing that all is equal, knowing that all is equally highly advanced, divine in nature. Even those that may express actions that you do not agree with, they are also highly divine beings. Can you accept them? But ultimately, can you accept you and all aspects of your pathway? Or do you judge your pathway? Do you judge your progress, your perception of progress? Time is non-linear. So just enjoy the present moment, whether that is to do nothing or do everything. Can you just stand in your sovereign power in the present? Listen to your heart. What is your heart telling you to do? Is there fear coming up? Or is it telling you to do nothing, to be still, to absorb the present moment? You receive information, we call as downloads. You receive activations. Whenever you breathe, just by being, you can consciously be aware of these activations by you being in the present moment. You can be consciously aware of the communication from all that is, from your higher selves, from your guides, from the universe, however you like to call it. You allow this information through into your conscious awareness. You tap into that intuitive sense, the inner knowing, when you're in that present moment, because the present moment is a portal. So surrender to the present moment and listen to your body. Surrender, dear one. If you're having trouble with surrendering, then what is the resistance? Communicate. You can discover what the resistance here is. It may be a belief, but how you should live your life. It is okay if you feel fear. It is okay if you feel resistance. It's part of this experience that you've chosen in human form. Of course, you're much more than human, but you chose to live life from human paradigms. As you go through these collective shifts of awakening to new paradigms, dear one. So spend time with you, nurturing you, dear one. You deserve it. You all do, because you are God. Some of you find difficulty in spending time nurturing you, by spending time on you, because you've adopted some beliefs that you are to serve others before yourself. If you are to serve others in the most effective way, if you are to assist others to remember their own light, you are to first serve yourself. And by doing that, by embodying the divine light within you, by listening to your heart, it is then when you receive the guidance to express that outwardly to assist others in the most effective way for everyone's highest good. So you end up doing both. But understand, if you want to be the most aligned to your divinity expression, if you want to be most aligned to all the wisdom in the universe, you are to address the love within you, the perceptions of love within you, of you. And then you will receive those clear messages to express that outwardly, dear one.
Thank you. Yeah, that makes sense for sure.
And there are many answers in that one question. I see you have another question, dear one.
Not so much a question, but I guess like that's just what I think the present, what you were saying about the present moment and the relaxing thing that I was kind of trying or getting kind of guidance to get more in that mode, partly is, yeah, dealing with all those beliefs of, you know, that are limiting kind of like the seeing of the truth of divine love within, that's just naturally there. And the relaxing part was kind of surrendering, as you said. Seems so, yeah, not so much a question, just gonna contemplate everything we just said. Thank you.
Dear one, it takes time to fully surrender because you've been conditioned that there is some form of surrender that is unwanted, that if you are to surrender, then others may harm you, that others may be able to control you. It is a belief that is very much been adopted by the collective. But true surrendering is surrendering to your divinity, surrendering to the power of your heart. And then you'll be able to step more boldly in your sovereign power and see the truth of who you are, that you are truly free in every way, that there is joy throughout your life, that everything in your life is exactly how it's supposed to be, expressed exactly how it's supposed to be. And with this realization, you align yourself to the bliss state, you align yourself to nirvana, to the enlightened state, knowing because you are God, all is perfect. Knowing that you don't have to reach certain conditions in your reality to feel bliss, knowing that you can feel bliss by surrendering in the present moment, by seeing the divinity in all that is. This is your pathway to the oneness remembrance, dear one. Is there any other questions today, dear ones?
I have a question.
Yes, dear one.
I've been feeling like a very, very deep tiredness that it's not only physical, but I think it's much deeper. And to be honest, I find it, I've been struggling with it quite a long time because I find it challenging to be so inactive. That's a struggle for me personally, but I'm also wondering if this tiredness goes beyond myself to some extent.
This tiredness is a void within you because you have let go of so much fear within you, because you have changed your vibration to such a degree, because you had attached so much of your identity to certain personas, to certain beliefs, and because you have changed your beliefs, because you have been able to see higher perspective of things, because you have, we would say in your perception, you have changed your reality, changed who you are. So now you struggle with finding meaning in your life because you are living in a new you. Those fears allowed you to feel identified in this reality. Certain limiting perspectives allowed you to feel like you have a place in your reality. You constructed your whole persona around these certain conditionings and beliefs. So because they have shifted, you're unable to place an identity to yourself. It is a void, let's just say. And this void can only be filled by your own love that you have for yourself. It is a new way of operating, where instead of feeling secure by attaching yourself to certain personas and beliefs, it is about now navigating who you are by feeling that you have a place in your world, by filling that void, by filling it with your own divine power in beingness, in your sovereign nature. To do that is to express that power outwardly. Let's just say there is a resistance here to the expression of the new you. The new you is already there. There's a part of you that is waiting for something to happen before you take that step. Well, that something is just a perception based on control, echoes from the old you, echoes from the dimensional you that you have shifted. For you to fill that void is to fill it with light, to fill it with love, to fill it with purpose. The purpose is already there, but you're resisting it. For you to embody that light is for you to make it tangible, to make the intangible into tangible, to express outwardly who you are. That void that you perceive within you, the tiredness within you, is, we would say, a symptom of you not expressing your power, the resistance to it. You are in a stage of your journey where for you to align yourself to that bliss state, for you to feel recharged in every way, is for you now to express that outwardly. Because you have created a new you, and for you to take that, we would say, a completion step in this new vibrational you is for you to express your power outwardly. But you still have fear of how others will perceive you, You still have certain beliefs about how people will perceive it, how people will perceive you. You do not have to know all the answers. You do not have to see the full picture here. It is about trusting the new you. You are used to controlling your reality. You are used to feeling secure in your reality by using certain conditioned behaviors, by seeing your reality in a certain way, by seeing yourself in a certain way. But it's a new you, dear one, and it's a new way of operating. So if you want to feel that recharged feeling within you, if you want to feel aligned to your blissful state, then it's time to push past that fear, dear one. It is time for you to step forward. It may be a very small step, but it's a momentum shift. And this momentum shift will allow you to feel, embody the light within your being, that what you perceive to be a void, the tiredness, the perception of lack of purpose will become transformed, and the light will then be shine on your purpose. And this purpose will fill your being. It'll give you drive. It'll give you a zest of life. You will feel charged in so many new ways because you will be operating from a new paradigm. To feel recharged is to align yourself to your inner self. It's not about being recharged from certain outside conditions. It is about recharging yourself through the heart, through surrender. Everything is guiding you to assist you to take this step. And your body is now giving you this message. If you resist a message, then your body communicates the message also. It's alerting you to something that you are resisting. It doesn't matter if you do not see all the steps or the clear picture of the step. It's about taking a movement forwards in the direction of expressing your divinity. And trusting your wisdom. Trusting the God within you. Trusting your own abilities here. You have these abilities, you know that, but you doubt it. So what can you do today to express your power outwardly? What inspired conversation can you do today? What inspired action can you do today? What can you do to move towards it? It is a movement. This is happening for the collective Lightworker community. You are all being called to express what you've called as your throat chakra, your expressive center, is being highly activated right now. You're being called to express your power and your purpose in this reality. However, it does not mean you have to do some grand step. It does not even mean you have to do this in relations to another. It could be you expressing some physical activity just with yourself. Whatever it is a momentum. And it is a step in expressing your divinity in your reality. So recharge. You do that by recentering yourself. That void that you experience, the tiredness, is just we would say, an unawareness of who you are, an awareness of your power, and a lack of self-belief in who you are. Because you no longer have this identity that fills that void. You no longer have these groups of limiting beliefs and perceptions of the world that filled that place. Now it has been dissolved. So you must fill it with purpose by expressing your purpose. Your purpose at the foundational level is just to be. So let go of the pressure that you've placed on yourself just by you expressing your authentic self in any way that you're inspired to do so, no matter how large, no matter how small. It's about recognizing that you are the universe within you. Any perception of lack is just an illusion. It is just an unawareness of your sovereign self. It's an unawareness of the love that you are. So fill it with love. Connect with your heart space. Allow the love to radiate through your whole being. Allow it to illuminate the parts of you that you have suppressed, the parts of you that you've chosen not to address. Maybe you have shame. Maybe you have fear of the fear itself in facing such aspects of you. But it's okay, it is safe. Know that you have the abilities to face anything within you. For you are sovereign, you are divine, and you have all the powers of the universe to navigate this, dear one. But it's about trusting your ability. Can you do that, dear one?
Thank you. Yeah, clearly I'm resisting this something.
Be in the present, dear one.
Yeah, I don't always have a clear inspiration of what to do next. So I guess I have to take smaller steps and also be more attentive to what's coming up.
But it's about also accepting your journey where you're at today. You feel tired? Great. You feel disconnected? Great. Change your perception of where you are at. See, no matter what stage of your journey is perfect. There's no point you need to reach here. You can feel bliss, even if you feel incomplete. Even if you do not feel charged, you can still feel blissful by you being in a point of acceptance of where you're at, by seeing the joy in your reality, by being in the beingness of your reality, by being in the present. Every moment is a divine moment. There were no conditions to reach to allow you to feel more blissful, to allow you to feel more connected. You have that power. But you must believe in yourself. Raise your perception of self-worth and self-love. And the more you can be in that present moment, you will receive more clarity on which step to take to make the non-tangible tangible, to be able to express your power in your unique ways. Because this is how you create in your reality. You bring the non-tangible into the tangible. So start, no matter how small it is. Whatever ideas come to you, whatever thoughts come to you, make that tangible. Perhaps you want to write those down, record these thoughts. These thoughts are messages. If you receive part of an inspiration is not quite clear, sit with it. Is it a feeling? It may not be clear words. It might be just a feeling, an emotion. It takes time to get used to navigating through your emotions, dear one. It is the divine feminine rebalancing within you. You've been conditioned to control through thoughts, through control, through the ego mind. You are now getting used to navigating through your heart center, through those energies. So yes, it might take time for you to have the clarity around this, to have time to to get used to and comfortable navigating through your heart center, your intuitive sense. It's okay. Nurture yourself. Spend time nurturing you. Take time to celebrate you. Diwan, you are perfect exactly where you are at, exactly how you are. Your journey is perfect. Your journey is exactly being expressed the way it's supposed to. So surrender to the beingness of your being and celebrate that. Diwan. Is there any other questions before we finish here today? Ones. You are exploring a whole new world, a whole new reality. Things may feel different because you are different. You may look the same when you look in the mirror, but your energy vibration is different. You are forever changing. You are forever shifting. You are not stagnant. You may seem like a stagnant being, but because your body, your being is energy, or energy moves, no energy is stagnant. So you're always shifting, always exploring, always integrating, always receiving activations. It is a process, but it is also a surrender to that and a surrender to the present. It is your heart center that is the navigation compass here. It is your heart center which holds the portal to the awareness of your sovereign self, your God self, your multidimensional self, and the clarity in the messages from your sovereign self, from your higher self, from all that is. So spend time getting reacquainted to you, to your heart space. Get reacquainted to the present moment, to the love of who you are, the love that is you. It's time now to get reacquainted with the love that you are, the love of all that is. Step into your heart when you do your meditations, when you do your mindfulness, when you do your connection practices. Feel the heart. Make your intention to feel your heart energies. Feel any sensations. Make your intention to receive communications from here. This is your true north, your true power in physical reality. Know that everything in your physical reality is divine. It is for you. So explore the divinity in your physical reality. As you'll find, as you continue with these rebalancing of the divine feminine masculine within you and within the collective consciousness, you'll find that you will yearn for new things, new desires. As you yearn for rebalancing in your outer realities, as you balance the inner realities. So honor that role and honor that calling as you find balance in your outer and inner worlds. As you become reacquainted with your soul families and your conscious awareness, and those beings that will assist you further in this stage of your journey, being the loving guide to you, being a reflection of the love that you are. But if you want to attract that love into your life, the reflection into your life, then you are to love yourself completely and wholly, unreservedly. Can you accept all aspects of you, all emotional states of you, or parts of your journey? That's also an aspect of loving you, accepting where you are at, surrendering to the moment, For the magic is expressed in the moment. Dear one. And you remember your divinity in the oneness reality that you exist in the present moment, dear one. It is with such love that we come through in this way once again. Remember that we are you, we are one, you are love. Go find that love within you, get reacquainted to the love that you are, dear ones. You are that. You are the love that you seek. So go find it within yourself. And then everything else will blossom from that vibration, dear ones. Until next time, farewell.